Bradley Beal got theirs during the regular period, but you made it tough for them. Then Russ goes off for 10 in that OT period. What would you change about your defense in those final moments?
We wouldn't have fouled him at the end. I mean, he banked in a three and hit another one. He's not a very good three-point shooter. Banked one in, made another one, so made two of them there. If I could change anything, we wouldn't have fouled him.
So you did feel like it was a foul?
It was a foul, yes.
Yes, okay. And Jackson Hayes, we saw him not come back during the second half because of back spasms. Any update on his status?
No, I have no idea.
Coach Gafford had a really big hand in this game for them. They're one of the rare teams of the Wizards where they can rotate three centers out, and Gafford did a really good job on the inside, and it made things tough for your points in the paint.
Yeah, Gafford was the MVP of the game. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And we should have done more to try to make it hard on him to come and block, and we should have made better decisions on the drive. So, partially me, partially Z, but we didn't do a good job with him, and he dominated the game.
Stan, Christian Clark here. What were your thoughts on the shots you got down the stretch and the offensive execution late in that game?
Some were good, some weren't as good. I mean, I would say the same thing of the shots they got. Some were good, some weren't as good. We had a great shot for Lonzo at the end of regulation. I thought we executed well and got a pretty good look at a three for BI. Steven set a screen. We threw the ball over the top. We screwed up one play, but still ended up scoring out of it. I mean, it came down to we turned the ball over and we fouled at the end. That ended up being the difference. So, tie game, we throw it away and then we go down and foul. And then I use our last time out on a stupid challenge.
Yeah, and I guess when Z has a play like that at the end of the game, do you make a point of saying something to him, or is it you let him kind of go through the emotions of that?
Well, it's both, right? I talked to him after the game, but listen, I mean, this guy's going to be in the league a long time, and to think you're just going to dominate every game and not have tough finishes and tough games and tough outings is not realistic. And he's normally able to dominate games physically. He's a smart guy. And he needed to make an adjustment tonight, and he didn't do that. And I think he realizes that. And I think, where he wants to get to and where he will get to, because he's a very smart guy, is he can beat you physically and he can beat you with his mind. And the second part he didn't really do tonight. He got caught up in a challenge, right? With Gafford. It was just going to be a challenge. And he's smarter than that. And as I said, we should have helped him more. I mean, there's more we could have done to make it harder on Gafford to get to the rim every time. I didn't do a good job with that. So, that and the timeout at the end, I'm taking my part of this too.
Yeah, and BI had a big first half, made a couple big shots in OT, but didn't make quite as a big impact in the second half. What do you think? Do you think it was the defense, or do you think it just matter of shots just not falling like they were in the first half?
Listen, I thought he played really, really well. I think when you came down the stretch in that game, we just had trouble making shots. And I think, as happens sometimes, he took the responsibility. I mean, everybody else was having a tough night. And I think he took on the responsibility. And I think, yeah, he did take some tough shots because we didn't have a lot else going. I mean, we just didn't. And maybe he took too much on. I don't know, but I understand what he was doing. And yeah, it was tough. And he had a couple where he probably could have gotten foul calls, but he didn't. He got the guy up on a shot fake, no call. Well, they called it, but said he was on the ground. I mean, he had some tough ones. He had a tough one, yeah. But I thought he played really, really well.
Was Zion, I mean, you talked to him going at Gafford. What would you have liked to see him do differently?
No, I don't want to talk about that, but he and I talked about it.
Okay. And last thing I got for you, down the stretch, played Eric and Lonzo. Najee was on the bench. What went into that decision?
Well, I mean, I'd go back with my guy and he had 5 more minutes to play. And Najee had been on the court a long time. He'd been out there since the 7-minute mark of the third quarter. So he had been out there for, 12 straight minutes. And just trying to get fresh people in there. I didn't think Zoe hurt us at all. He played good defense. Maybe should have had Najee back in there. I thought Bled was defending Westbrook pretty well and doing a good job helping. But I mean, it's worth it. It's certainly worth, a question and possibly a criticism from you guys.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time.